Let's go.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Halftime Adjustments Podcast. Hey, I got my best friend with me, Colton McCarley, and I got my other best friend, Luis Barraza, back in the building.
Hey, I'm back in town, guys. How we doing?
Yeah, we are here.
As much a way to return.
We are here, and we're back, and we got my two best friends here.
It's been way too long, guys. Let's do this thing.
How you been, Luis?
Doing good, man. I've been missing out on the podcast, but I'm here and talk. I'm ready to talk about the playoff weekend and any other little things we want to talk about.
Okay. Well, we'll get right into it. First things first, let's talk about the news. First things first. Chargers fire offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi.
You know what? They should have fired him before the fourth quarter.
Right? Brandon Staley might have made a better call.
Jesus Christ. 3 points in the freaking second half.
No, dude, that's embarrassing.
The Chargers defense did not lose the game. You know, there's a stat where in every playoff wild card, 29 points are allowed. So they only allowed 2 more points than the average. Sure, it was in the second half. That kind of blows. But there's no way the offense can't score more than 3 points.
No kidding. I mean, honestly, they might have a better team with a better offensive coordinator out there. That gets me excited for Justin Herbert.
Yeah, that's been his whole season. He's had a terrible year this year, Luis. I know you have a man crush over Herbert.
I have, I do still.
Yeah, I feel like it's got to stick around, especially with this coordinator. Now you have something to look forward to next year. I mean, this could sway the whole Herbert trajectory here. But yeah, it's been a down year. The question is, does it stop here? Do they keep chopping until they get to the head coach?
Well, I think it's a lot of injuries this year. A lot of injuries affected them too. So maybe that could be a reason why they didn't do so good. I know also Eckler didn't really hit his stride, like maybe till 4th, 5th week. So they just had a bad year, the team in general. Not just Herbert, but the whole team.
That's fair. But I feel like we're saying this about the Chargers every year. I mean, how many years have we now said this about the Chargers that like at the beginning of the season, I remember when they picked up, or they have Derwin James at safety. They picked up Khalil Mack. They had Joey Bosa. And they were like, who's stopping this squad? And then they were like, literally injuries. That's the only people who are going to stop this team is injuries. Then Keenan Allen goes down. Mike Williams goes down. It's just like then Herbert had the injury to his ribs. So, like, are we going to be saying the exact same thing? Literally going into this next offseason, we're having the same conversation with these guys. Can they stay healthy? They have never stayed healthy.
I mean, that's not really a coaching thing. It's just, they just got to stay healthy,
Yeah, it's not a coaching
I guess
thing.
it could be a coaching. I guess it could be a little bit of coaching thing. The athletic trainers need to condition them better. I don't know. I don't think they're doing something bad. It's just, it happens. Injuries freaking happen. They just happen to that team a lot this season.
Happens to them every year.
This leads me to believe that it wasn't Brandon Staley's fault. I really thought they were going to fire Brandon Staley after this terrible loss, but now that they fired the offensive coordinator, the QB coach, I think they're going to keep Brandon Staley now. Like they're definitely not getting rid of him now, I feel like.
So who would replace the offensive, or who would be the new offensive coordinator, you guys think?
Cliff Kingsbury.
Levy Smith.
Levy Smith?
No, just kidding. I don't know. It's just a shot in the dark.
It's going to be some young, college guy who's going to come in here and take the league by storm. That's what they need to do. They need to just revitalize that offense like a little bit. I just think they need to get some fresh blood in there. They're clearly pretty stale with their play calling.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, let's move on from this. Next part of news is Jalen Hurts is making progress from his shoulder injury. I thought he was good. I didn't think he was still injured. I thought he was 100% better. But I didn't. I guess I didn't.
He still hurts. I need him to be 100% hurt.
Yeah, Luis, this is probably great news for you. I mean, I don't know. This is an interesting one. I thought he was, Derek, you say it. I thought he was completely healthy here, but
he played the last week, didn't he?
He played the last week.
He played the last week.
Did you see his quote that they put on him? He was quoted saying that he knows he's going to have a bounty on him when it comes to this game. People are going to target him. God. So let's see if Thibodeau can go out there and cause some issues for him.
Dude, I need Thibodeau or Lawrence to just hit the crap out of his shoulder. Bring Minshew into the game.
Luis, how confident are you? Luis, how confident are you in your Giants right now?
Dude, I'm very confident. I'm not saying it's going to be an easy game, but I'm very, very hyped and confident on my Giants. They played so well on Sunday versus a top-tier team.
Colin, are they a top-tier team? Or are the Vikings a top-tier team now after losing to the Giants?
No, they were never a top-tier team. Literally the whole season, everybody was like, "Oh,
so
this
why
team is a fraud."
So why are they 13-3?
They're a fraud
13-4.
team.
I'm sorry.
They're a fraud organization. They're not real.
That's what everybody was saying about the Giants. Everybody was saying that Giants are getting lucky and they're frauds.
Okay, so you're going to tell... Okay, hear me out. Here's the argument you can make for if a team is a fraud team or if they're a legit team, okay? You have what everybody called a fraud team in the Minnesota Vikings all year. Oh, they're not legit. They can't make it. And then they go on a first-round exit. They lost to the wild card round. That's a fraud team. They're 13-5, and yet they have a first-round exit. That is a fraudulent, good team. They couldn't put it together. Their talent didn't show. Justin Jefferson got held for what? What was his receiving yards here? 47 yards?
Yeah, to 6 receptions, 47 yards.
7 receptions, 47 yards. This was a fraudulent team in the first round of the playoffs.
Jackson held him up.
You could say that, or Kirk Cousins didn't play to the standard that he should have. This team just didn't. They didn't show up. They didn't show up, and that's what everybody was saying all year. They're fake.
I think they're not really a fraud team. They just if they play bad, God, they play bad. Because I really thought they would play well against the Cowboys. I really thought they'd play well, but they
lost against the Cowboys.
Destroyed. I'm saying I thought they were gonna play well versus them, but when they just got blown out 40-3, I was like, what the heck? But that's just the Vikings, though. They're either they win or they lose dramatically.
They either win or they lose.
Dude, their defense sucks.
Their defense does suck. Their defense is garbage. I think they're number 30th, close to last, right?
Dude, I don't know, but I think
they're close to last.
Yeah, they did terrible this year. Okay, let's talk about the teams they lost to this season. They lost against the Broncos. That's preseason. They lost against the Eagles.
Okay.
Makes sense, right? Because they're a legit team.
Are they?
Yes, they had the best record in the NFL. They stomped everyone. They lost against the Cowboys. We just beat Tom Brady. I'd say we're a legit contender so far. Who else did they lose to? They lost against the Lions. That was one of the best teams in the NFL coming on towards the later half of the year there. They lost against the Packers. Yeah,
that one was crazy. That one was fluky.
Yeah, the Packers, and they won. The only good win I give them is the win over the Bills. That's the only one that I say, okay, yeah, you deserve the props there. That was just a
good game.
Yeah, dude, that game was crazy.
That was insane. So, yeah, that's a fluky team. I don't like them.
So you're saying that the Giants don't deserve to be there, and the reason why they won because they beat a fluky team?
I'm not saying the Giants don't deserve to be there. I think the Giants have a better reason to be there than the Vikings did. I think y'all had an easy first-round team. I could also make the same argument for Dallas Cowboys and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't think Tampa deserved to be there this year. They did not look like...
That division was just terrible.
The whole division was terrible. So, I think this week you have the Eagles versus the Giants, and you have the Cowboys versus the San Francisco 49ers. This is the
Those are
week.
good games.
If your team is legit, they're showing up this game. If they're not, they're getting bounced, and they're getting bounced bad. If your team loses,
you're right.
If their team loses by like 3 points on a field goal or something, okay, fair play. The better team showed up that day. If they get stomped, your team was a joke. They weren't meant to be in the playoffs. That's how I'm determining this week.
Dallas Cowboys are a joke.
Oh, just you wait. We want revenge after last year. It's coming.
Oh, dude, I know. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a good game.
Honestly, fellas, I don't think we're gonna be able to play each other. I think we both lose. I think both the Giants the Giants and the Cowboys lose.
I really think the Eagles with this bye week is gonna mess them up. I hate bye weeks and playoffs. You know, obviously just bye weeks and regular season, whatever. But having a bye week, the first round bye, is terrible. It's a bad idea. It gives you relaxation. You're not like in the mood, in the groove. You know, like the Giants, the Cowboys, they played the game this week. They play again, so they're like on it. They're on it. Eagles and the Chiefs are rested. So you know, I feel like they're more slacked out right now. My opinion.
The only reason I disagree with that is because Jalen Hurts clearly needs the extra week of rest. Like all this does, I would agree for the Chiefs. Rest doesn't help them because they don't have an injured team right now. But rest really helps when your starting quarterback has an injured shoulder and it happens to be his throwing shoulder. That's where I think you will probably – I think it's going to end up being Eagles-Cowboys in this next round. But I don't think the Giants stand the test of that squad.
We'll see. Saturday, 7:30. 7:05.
Y'all play Saturday?
Saturday. Yeah, we play Saturday.
Okay. Dope. I'll be watching.
All right, let's move on real quick to the next bit of news. Brady's status is unclear if he's going to return next year. I think you should definitely hang it up. I don't think you should. He should have stopped playing whenever he won the last Super Bowl.
Dude, I know. Poor guy. He freaking lost his wife, half his money, half his rings.
Half his money, half his ring.
No, yeah, dude. Like,
Yeah, he got a divorce.
Yeah, he got divorced. So ever since, I think he won 2 or 3 rings before the marriage. But
They
the
took
other
his
4
rings from him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but, well,
Take the rings.
either what I heard, either she takes the rings or she takes the value, like the money value of the rings.
Guarantee he chose that option. He has the money for it. He's not letting those puppies go.
That's funny. But yeah, I think he should retire, man, dude. He's the GOAT. He's gonna be the GOAT forever. There's nobody that is gonna win 7 Super Bowls. Just one guy.
Yeah, no way. That's gonna be hard to beat that.
Like, I don't even think Mahomes will win 4 or 3. I think he won 3 in his career.
I don't think there's anybody from our generation now that's gonna win 7 Super Bowls in their lifetime.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. That's, but I mean, let's be honest. He did get caught in a few cheating scandals along the way. That's like the Astros winning theirs, and then we're like, oh, doesn't count. Well, Tom Brady was caught a few times and even suspended once because of his cheating.
Okay, so 6 Super Bowls. 6.
He was caught in more than one cheating scandal. He was caught in the Deflategate. He was caught in the recording.
Oh yeah,
Cheating scandal. Yeah, he was caught in a few.
Okay, 5. That's still a lot.
5 is, yeah. I mean, I get it. He's still ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Poor guy. I hope he hangs it up, dude. He needs to
Yeah,
rest.
he
I know
should
that he
stop.
will. If you lost
I don't
all
think he
of
will,
that,
but-
why are you going to hang it up now? You already lost your family. What more do you have
Play
to
till you're
lose?
60 now.
He should go play for the Raiders.
I've heard he's pretty connected with them. Yeah, that could be his next spot.
That would be so interesting.
And then Derek Carr goes to the Bucks.
Oh, imagine. That'd be funny.
Wow.
They just swap quarterbacks.
That'd be wild. All right, next bit of news. Cliff Kingsbury took a one-way ticket to Thailand, so he's not coaching anytime in the future, in the near future at least.
Hey, dude, fuck it. You get fired, go on a road trip, go on vacation, dude.
I don't think it's a road trip. It's more like a flight.
So flight trip.
Yeah, go on a flight on a regular trip. It's a regular trip.
No, I like flight trip. That sounds better.
All right.
Good job, Luis.
Thanks.
Flight trip.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. Good for him. He's got, I don't know, a few months before anything relevant happens again if he's going to coach anywhere. And that's if he comes back to the NFL. If it's college, he has significantly longer. So, yeah, I think he's going to go back to college. So, good for him to clear his mind and reset. He probably was working his butt off during the season for a long time. So
He's going to go to XFL.
XFL.
Indoor.
No, if Matt Rule can get hired as a head coach, he'll get a job somewhere.
I think he'll get hired again. There's no doubt that he won't. I think he'll get hired again.
Yeah, he will.
He's just trying to lay low right now. He got fired.
Yeah.
Time to lay low.
Thailand's an interesting place. I'd have gone to I don't know.
And it's cheap too.
St. Lucia or somewhere.
The flight there is expensive, but Thailand in general is cheap.
Yeah, maybe he needs it after being fired.
Yeah. And the Cardinals are paying for his whole trip, so
He just
like a
stole
paid vacation.
Corporate credit card.
yeah. All right, let's talk about the serious news, though. Russell Gage had his neck and concussion injury. Latest reports are saying that he has movement in his extremities, so his fingers and toes, which is a good sign. You obviously never want to see this happen, but yeah, hopefully speedy recovery for Russell Gage. This happened late in the Cowboy game, so it's always rough to see an insane injury like that.
It was like 2 minutes and 22 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sucks. It was a weird hit too. The way it looked.
I know. I thought it was his leg. I thought it was his leg at first, or his ankle, but I don't know. I guess it was his neck.
It's good to hear he's doing well, though. Sounds like it's going in a good direction. It may have just been like a cautionary thing,
I mean, especially with everything going on this season, like.
No kidding. Yeah.
Jesus.
Good call.
Yeah.
Just smart.
Yeah.
Hashtag number 3.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, hoping and praying for a speedy recovery. All right, last bit of news. Some crazy news too. Baltimore is looking to franchise tag Lamar Jackson. This sucks for him.
Yeah. You know what?
So
I'm happy for Lamar. Get out of there.
You don't think that he should be in Baltimore, or you don't think he likes Baltimore?
I don't think he's going to take that franchise tag. No way.
He has to.
He takes it.
He doesn't get the chance to back out.
There's no way that if he doesn't take it, he's not staying there. If he doesn't take it, he's going somewhere immediately, somewhere else.
Yeah.
The Broncos, maybe.
I think the Jets.
The Jets. You think so?
I think the Jets are a good landing spot.
I like Wilson. He's good.
No way. No.
He's pretty though.
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy.
They're so moving on from him. Okay, so I'm going to say two things. He doesn't have the opportunity to not. He has to play on the franchise tag. He can reject the franchise tag, but it doesn't. It essentially would keep 1 year of his contract in play. So he can say, no, I don't want to play this year, and he can hold out and opt out of the season. But the Ravens would still have a year on his contract left.
Yeah, that's right.
So he it's not like he can okay, no, screw you guys. He can be franchise tagged this year and next season too if the Ravens really wanted to. They have 2 years of franchise tag options. Each time it gets stepped up more for their salary cap. Here's what he tweeted today. This was from Lamar Jackson's Twitter. When you have something good, you don't play with it. You don't take chances losing it. You don't neglect it. When you have something good, you pour into it. You appreciate it. Because when you take care of something good, that good things take care of you too.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that too.
This dude put a very cryptic message out there. He is not happy. They told him essentially that he had to play on his bad knee. I don't know if y'all saw J.K. Dobbins came out. He's furious.
Oh, he was pissed.
Yeah.
He's so mad at his lack of touches and the fact that Lamar Jackson was injured and couldn't play. He thought that he even went as far as to say,
if Lamar played, we would have won.
Yeah, if Lamar was there, he was going to win, they would have won that game. So the teammates clearly like him, but this may be unsalvageable at this point. I don't know that they're going to be able to keep him.
Dude, how do you think Huntley feels?
After hearing that.
He's
Sucks for him, man.
He's just watching all those tweets go viral. He's like, oh, okay, hey guys, I was your quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know. I think in a backup role, you just expect it, like you're not the guy there. He clearly showed he was not the guy. He's had games to prove it, and he hasn't. So, like,
isn't it weird that he looks exactly like Lamar Jackson? His build,
yeah. It's pretty close.
dude.
Yeah.
His build and his
Okay.
Jesus. Okay.
Their play style is very similar. I'll give you that. The way they play is almost identical. They're a run first, pass second. They both are run first, pass second type of players. So,
Yeah. Well, that's the latest bit of news that's going on right now. But let's move on. And I want to talk about this last week because there was a bunch of stuff that happened. First things first, let's talk about this crazy Jaguars and Chargers game. I mean, talk about the comeback of the season.
again. I don't blame the defense. I blame 100% the offense. Whenever the Chargers, didn't one of the cornerbacks have 3 interceptions
Yes.
that one game? The Chargers defense are making history. They're making records happen. And they did their job. I believe 100% they did their job. There's no way, like I said before, there's no way Justin Herbert can, in the offense, can only give 3 points in the second half. That's it. There's 3 points. If they would have given 6 points, they would have won. Well, I guess at this point, the Jags would have gone for the touchdown, but it'd be a lot harder. And the outcome could have been different.
Yeah. There was also a missed field goal that game, too, by the Chargers.
oof, that hurts.
Was it in the first or second half?
I think it was in the second half, like
Jeez.
early in the second half.
See, but like, I mean, at that point, like, oh yeah, like we're still up by 12, 14, whatever. So, it's not the biggest deal. But hey, every point counts. We all know that now. I mean, we all seen crazy comebacks, so no lead is safe
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, Luis. You're like so right on this. It's kind of when you break down the numbers, how weird the numbers actually play out. So they had 5 turnovers. Chargers forced 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions, 1 fumble. And they still didn't, everything favored the Chargers. They had more time of possession. They had more third down and fourth down efficiency. They had less first downs. I wonder how much that came from the second half. Passing yards was almost dead on. Total rushing yards actually favored the Jaguars by a decent amount, 117 to 67. And the yards per play was pretty close, 4.6 to 5.6. They just shut down completely in the second half of this game. And, it's kind of crazy. Do you attribute any of this to, how much do you put that it was the Chargers lost the game versus the Jaguars won the game? How much credit do you give Trevor Lawrence in a situation like this to come back in the adversity, get 4 total touchdowns? He threw a lot of picks, but somehow managed to come back in the second half.
I give Trevor Lawrence some credit, but I also give a lot of credit to the Chargers for blowing this game because they just had to score 1 point. One field goal.
Again, I don't blame the defense, so I'm gonna give 100% credit to the Jags because that's a comeback. It is a comeback. It's not like they were neck and neck, and then the Chargers missed a field goal, and then they won. Or they lost by 1. It wasn't that scenario. It wasn't that situation. It was Trevor Lawrence throwing 4 TDs, to win the game.
Yeah.
And I think that is great.
24 points coming in the second half. That's pretty impressive. He only put up 1 touchdown in the first half of the game. Only 1 touchdown. So most.
And that was at the end of the first half too.
Yeah, it looked like a blowout. At the end of the, what was it, 27-7 at halftime, and then they came out and they just
it was 27-0. They scored in the second half.
No. He got 1 point.
Yeah,
he got 1 point in the second quarter.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It was
okay.
Yeah, they scored
at the end.
1 touchdown in the second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most of the work though, ridiculous.
No, still I contribute the success to Trevor Lawrence in offense.
I contribute to the success of the Jaguars to the Chargers offense for not scoring at least 1 point.
For not doing anything.
That's just mind blowing, dude. I was funny because I was out. We were watching the game, and then I saw that there were 30-20 still. And I was like, damn, like they're coming back slowly. And the Jags had the ball and it just scored a touchdown. So I'm like, no way. Like, what the heck? And I don't know how they got 29. Or at least they had 21 at that point. I'm not sure. But pretty much they're down by 2. And then I just focused myself on the game. And they drove that ball. 4 seconds left. Field goal. Game over. I was shocked.
Yeah, that last play by ETN was clutch.
Yep, I don't think I'm going to let him go, boys. I think I have to hold on to ETN after.
You're going to hold on to ETN? Let him go. Let him go.
I think I'm going
You
to
have
hold
so
on
many
to
good
him.
players that you're letting go.
I know.
You're letting go of Chubb.
I'm going to let go of somebody good, but I think ETN's the guy that, out of all the players, has shown the most promise so far.
He's one of the younger guys too. So
Hey, he's
So
like
are
23.
you going to keep Burrow? Not keep Burrow?
No. Nope, not keeping Burrow. We went over this last week. I'm going to keep A.J. Brown, Jamar Chase, and it's between ETN or Nick Chubb.
Dang, dude! If you don't keep Burrow, then I might not keep Herbert.
Yeah, I'm not keeping a quarterback. No, not in a keeper league. I'm not. When you only have 3 slots available, I'm keeping skill players. You can find another quarterback. You can't find another Nick Chubb or Jamar Chase or A.J. Brown. Those guys are a little harder to find. So
I think I'm gonna keep
I'm not
Najee
keeping a quarterback.
Harris, Brees Hall, and maybe Dallas Goedert. I'm not sure.
Goddard's not a
Goedert's
bad
good.
move.
Dallas Goedert
Yeah.
is good. He's back.
He's
When he came
freaking
back,
good,
he was. That's what I'm afraid of on Sunday. I'm afraid of DG. I'm afraid of DG.
Watch him tear up the Giants.
Gosh, dude,
That'd be hilarious.
Those hits.
Then you'd have to keep him. Or would you have to get rid of him?
Yeah, you'd have to keep him.
No.
against the Giants,
Giants killer.
the Giants killer. All right, let's move on to the next game. San Francisco versus Seahawks. This was expected for me.
I saw it coming. I didn't think
Yeah.
the Seahawks were going to put that many points with the defense they have. But hey, they were playing a close game in the first half. But after that, I expected the expected. And the 49ers went away with it.
Expected the expected.
Expected. Welcome back,
derailed.
Luis.
It derailed pretty quickly. I expected this too. I thought,
Yeah.
honestly, dude, Brock Purdy is set up for so much success right now.
He is.
He's got all the weapons around him.
You know what, though? I am kind of worried that the Cowboys will win. I'm not going to lie. I have doubts that 49ers are going to lose just because of him.
I don't.
I feel like a game versus Seattle in the playoffs is not a playoff game.
Yeah.
I really think so. Not trying to say Cowboys are bad, good, whatever. Because I think overall 49ers are better than Cowboys. But I think he is not ready to play on a very high level, especially in that situation.
Well, the
So
good
this
thing
is
about
actually
the Cow. Go ahead, Cole.
Derek. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say the good thing about the Cowboys is that they are able to put pressure to the quarterbacks. That's where the defense excels. Michael Parson and that side over there, they're able to rush the quarterback pretty efficiently. So I think that's where Brock Purdy is going to have the most struggles. But let me ask you this: if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers played the Seattle Seahawks, who would have won that game?
I honestly think the Seattle Seahawks would have won that game.
Okay.
I don't. If those two teams played, I wouldn't consider that a playoff game either.
Yeah, it's a rough one.
Just because Seattle slipped into the playoffs. The Bucks division, the South, was terrible.
Yeah, it was.
They were first. The Bucks were first, obviously, and then after that, I think the other 3 teams, the Falcons, Panthers, and Saints, they were all tied like 7-9, 7-10, whatever.
Yeah.
It was distraught.
Yeah, no, it was terrible. But
there has to be a first place winner, so the
Yeah.
Bucks got it, and they got it.
Stupid.
It's kind of like TCU and Georgia,
yeah.
TCU, yeah, they went to the national championship, but they don't belong there.
Okay, right.
I mean, they held their own against Michigan, though. They put up a fight to prove they belong there.
They did, but in the past years, in all years, the championship game is always bad A.
Yeah, this is
never
rough.
a blowout this bad.
So I have a sort of an interesting comparison here for the Brock Purdy situation. So Brock Purdy has been put into a situation to succeed, right? Like, he has every weapon around him. He has Debo, McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, Kittle. Like, he has every weapon you could think of.
And he has defense.
Yeah, and he's a rookie. It's kind of funny because when you compare it to Dak Prescott's rookie year, when Dak Prescott made it to the divisional round, and he had Ezekiel Elliott, Dez Bryant, Jason Witten, one of the best offensive lines in football, and Elliott was the number one rusher with 1,600 rush yards that year and the most touchdowns, 15 total touchdowns that year. Dez Bryant was in his bag that year. It's just kind of funny because, like, there's a lot of people comparing, like, this is going to come full circle. Dak was the rookie. He got beat by the old grizzled vet of Aaron Rodgers at the time. We lost that year in the divisional round to move through, obviously, to the championship. And now Dak Prescott is like the vet. This is his 7th year in the NFL. And Purdy is the rookie. People are saying, like, this dynamic is that Purdy will probably lose due to the inexperience, and now it's Dak's turn to push the rookie out and move on to the next round. Even though the team around him is phenomenal, the quarterback at the end of the day is the one who's going to live and die by the mistakes, and this is where the experience will actually help the Cowboys.
I see what you're saying there, but I feel like everybody knows that. I feel like the coaches plan for that. So, like Derek said, the Cowboys defense, man, they exploded over Tampa Bay's offensive line. And I think they'll do that with San Francisco. But I'm pretty sure they're going to play the short game, the screens, maybe play action. I'm not sure. I think they'll be ready for that.
Even if they are, it doesn't matter. You can only be so ready. It was funny. I was actually listening to 105 Through the Fan today, and Mike Bassick is one of the people on there. He's a professional NFL pitcher. Years ago he was, and he was saying, because someone brought that up on the fan, they were saying, like, they're going to be ready for Micah Parsons, and he said, "Do you know the scouting reports that we received back in the day of Barry Bonds, and it was just don't let Barry Bonds beat you? Do you think we intentionally gave Barry Bonds easy pitches? No, we didn't. We gave him difficult pitches. Hall of Fame players or close to Hall of Fame players, they just do what they're going to do. They succeed. Micah Parsons is just going to be a game wrecker. Like, it doesn't matter if you double team him. It doesn't matter what you do. He finds a way to break through. So I'm not concerned. I think no matter what you do, this Cowboys defense has proven time and time again they're going to get to the quarterback, and a young, inexperienced quarterback is going to make mistakes when the pressure gets hot, and it's going to come. 2 interceptions, calling it. 2 interceptions this game.
I hope you're right, Colton. Honestly, I really do want the Cowboys to win. I'm wearing my Cowboys jersey right now, so I'm definitely rooting for the Cowboys. But you got to think about it, too. Nick Bosa's on the other side of that coin, and he is in line to be the Defensive Player of the Year. And so, I mean, there's a point to be made where you could see the 49ers defense doing better than the Cowboys defense, especially in this game. I mean, this should be a high-caliber game, but it's just to be determined. Honestly, I think the 49ers are going to win still. I think the defense on the 49ers side is going to be a lot better than what everybody else is expecting.
Y'all think it's going to be a high-scoring game or a low-scoring game?
It's going to be middle of the pack, I think. I think it's going to be like 20s, 20-ish, yeah.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair. Yeah, because I think Dara's completely right. You can't stop Nick Bosa. You can't stop Wagner. What's his name, right? Fred Wagner, is that his name? I don't know.
Fred Ward.
I don't know. He's the middle linebacker who's been wrecking people all year. He's phenomenal. He's, besides Micah Parsons, the best linebacker in the game right now. Regardless, this is where I think the experience of Prescott, you say, oh, well, Purdy's going to be able to dump it off. He's going to do these little slants and screen passes. If anything, the Cowboys will have better efficiencies doing that. being able to dump off and create those sort of trick plays and screen plays to have success because they have the more experienced quarterback who has seen these pressures before. So, these defensive schemes, no matter how difficult they are, Dak will be able to read them. Purdy may not be able to read them or catch up to the game. So I think Cowboys barely edge it out. I think it's a high-scoring affair, maybe a few defensive touchdowns. It's going to be a fun one. This is going to be, I think, the best game of this week.
Yeah. One of them.
Yeah, one of them.
There's some great ones. I still think it's the best, but maybe I'm just biased. I'm a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, I mean...
No, it's definitely going to be an exciting game. I'm excited to watch both defenses play.
Yeah, it'll be great.
All right, moving on to the next game. Miami Dolphins versus Buffalo Bills. 34-31 was the final score. This was closer than what I thought it would be.
Miami held their Dolphins.
Yeah, they did.
Dude, the only reason why Miami didn't come back was because of that dumb delay of game that the Dolphins just didn't see.
You know what? I think the offensive coordinator should get fired.
Really?
I want to say in the fourth quarter, dude, their lack of time management was terrible.
Yeah, it was bad. It was
Dude,
really bad.
it wasn't because yes, they had that one penalty of the late game, but so many times, dude, they barely got a snap off. They barely get a snap off. It was 10 seconds left on the play clock, and they were still in the huddle, dude. And I was like, "Come on!" And they're trying to move fast, and they're trying to hurry up, and that's the reason why I think they lost. If they would have taken their time, okay, whatever. Not have to worry about the play clock going to 0. They could have probably won.
Yeah, if this would have happened to the Cowboys, I would have been livid. I would have been so pissed.
It was just happened last year with the Cowboys. I don't know why Dak ran it down the middle with 4 seconds left. But did you see the last play of the game?
No, I stopped watching it.
So the last play of the game was a Hail Mary. I think the offense were like on the 40, or on the Bills 40, and he just Hail Mary down, and dude, they tipped it back, and then one of the Dolphins players dove for it. It touched his hand.
Oof.
It touched his hand, but he missed it.
Dude, the offense, they surprised me, to be honest. I thought this was going to be a blowout. Because Skylar Thompson was the quarterback. So, I don't know. This was closer than I thought.
To what? Tagovailoa?
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
That would have been a heck of a game.
But
It's all right.
Bills move on. Next game, Luis, 31-24. Giants beat the Vikings.
Honestly, dude, I was nervous.
Up until the end, right?
I went to the end. I got a little nervous, but Kirk Cousins decided to throw a 3-yard pass instead of an 8-yard pass to get that first down.
Yeah, it was dumb.
What was the reasoning for that? Like, you obviously need a first down.
So, if it was any other time, any other place, I understand. There's no receivers open. You got to dump off. I understand that. That's the safest play, the smartest play. But this is your season on the line.
Yeah. That should have been the third down play.
Yeah.
Not the fourth down.
To get somewhere closer.
Not the fourth down play.
No, but dude, I think the Giants played extremely well.
Dude, Daniel Jones played great.
Dude.
Saquon played great too.
He made history. First player in the postseason to get over 300 yards passing, 70 plus yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns. And with Saquon having 2 touchdowns as well.
Yeah, Saquon played great.
Yeah.
Dude, he got the last touchdown too. The go-ahead touchdown.
And I think I want to contribute to one player and one positional things to the Giants. Their offensive line played their effing heart out. Dude, they blocked so well. I mean, you saw Saquon bust out for 15 yards here, 14, 10, 9. He got that 30-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
The offensive line played amazing. Like, yeah, people say, dude, Saquon, he's the best. And he is the best. but you can't have a good whole without your offensive line.
Yeah.
This
So-
line's coming along. It's coming along really well.
They come along really well.
And they're young, too.
Evan Neal's doing a little bit better. I'm afraid of Parsons versus Neal. This is gonna scare the crap out of me.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. Y'all are getting past the Eagles.
I keep forgetting we got to put the Eagles first.
Yeah, you got to beat the Eagles first. You need to worry about their defensive line.
No, but Evan Neal has slowly come along, but I think the offense has come a long way. And also, to shout out to Hodgins.
Isaiah Hodgins,
yeah.
Isaiah Hodgins, dude.
He looked good. He looked really good.
That man balled the F out.
I mean, honestly,
Dude, y'all see that pass that Darius Slay dropped for?
I think it was like to end the game. The game.
It was third down. If we got the first, it was pretty much over. And I was like, God dang, that's when I got really scared. Like, no, they can drive downfield, score a touchdown, and tie it. But Giants defense came out clutch. And you know what though? I will say that I was disappointed in the defensive line that game. They had hardly any pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah,
Dalvin Cook didn't do much though.
It's a young line.
Honestly, this gets me excited for Saquon's future, because if the defensive or if the offensive line can step it up like they did this last game, Saquon's gonna have a great career here if they decide to keep him.
Yeah, okay.
So,
the Giants already came out saying they're going to sign DJ and Saquon. I don't know for what, how much, but they're going to sign them for sure.
That's
Saquon
exciting.
deserves a lot.
Yeah, he deserves some good money.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he gets.
Luis.
But also, I feel like we're still young and we're still developing. I feel like we shouldn't pay Jones or Saquon a lot of money. Because it's going to be another Aaron Rodgers situation. We pay this guy a max amount of money, but we can't keep, or they couldn't keep the. Yeah, so, but hopefully they're not money hungry. Hopefully they're smart about their future. Let them have a lot of cap to get maybe other good trades, so, but that's me. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it'll be interesting how y'all handle it. I think Saquon, he's not going to get too much these days. I think he's not going to get the crazy deal of Zeke. He's probably going to land somewhere around 10 to 12 million a year. That's not horrible for him. Luis, I need to hear "I told you so" out of your mouth as a Cowboys fan talking to a Giants fan. If you remember all those weeks ago, close to the beginning of the season, where Giants were on that amazing tear, and you were like, "Oh, we got the season wrapped up," and I told you Giants are going to finish third in this division, and you said, "Oh, hell no, they aren't." And I said, "Oh, yes, they will," and they end up finishing third behind the Cowboys and behind the Eagles. So I just need to hear the famous last words from you.
You're right, Cole.
That's right. Cowboys for life. We beat you. I knew we would.
Oh, gosh. Dude, I really hope the Eagles lose and 49ers lose. I want the Cowboys to play the Giants so bad.
Oh, Luis, you don't want that pain. You don't want that pain.
I want it.
All right, let's move on. Bengals and Ravens. The score ended up being 24-17. This is a lot closer than what I thought it was going to be too.
Kind of an ugly game, don't you think?
It was.
It was. I don't know. It was ugly.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of ugly. I thought it was an ugly performance by Baltimore.
It was, and especially at the end. If they would have just passed it to J.K. Dobbins at the end instead of Tyler Huntley trying to stick it in himself, dude, they could have scored and took the lead.
I think it would have been tied.
Oh no, it would have been tied. Yeah, it would have been
But
tied.
still,
because it was 17-17.
different outcome.
Yeah, because it changed everything.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, they kept that closer than I thought it would.
Do you think they felt sort of defeated because they had to play the Bengals literally the week before and they lost to the Bengals? So do you think they already came in a little – because they lost 27-16 And then in the wild card round, they lose 24-17.
Dude, that should give them freaking hype. That should give them motivation. Going back to my Giants, they lost by 3 points 2 weeks before that. Last second loss.
To the Vikings, yeah.
Yeah, to the Vikings, yeah. It was terrible. I was upset. And especially Saquon. He came in with high hopes. Extremely high hopes.
Yep.
Motivation. Motivation.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to end it.
Dude, I'm not going to lie to you. It's not because I hate the Cowboys. I don't hate the Cowboys. But that game was boring. That game was boring.
I mean,
on what side
it was
you're on.
The only exciting part was the 4 missed extra points.
Oh my
That was
God.
an exciting part. Dude, you know what would have been crazy if Mike Evans would have caught that ball and then
At
for
the
some reason they would have got an onside kick again.
Dude, I was getting. It's Tom Brady, so you can never let the game go. Like, it has to go to the very end. So, yeah, if Mike Evans would have caught that ball and they scored and they got another chance to get an onside kick,
That would have
No.
been nuts.
no.
Then it would have been probably the best game of the whole week.
Yeah, that would have been the best comeback in history.
Yeah. Because that was like 4 minutes.
Yeah, there were. That would have been insane.
Cole, how did the Cowboys do on Monday?
No, we did phenomenal. Yeah, I mean, again, like you said, it wasn't a lot of fun to watch. I'll actually agree with you. I sort of was flipping back and forth between, like, playing games or doing chores or something. Like, I wasn't really tuned in because it was just like we should have this one in the bag. Like, we seemed dominant the entire time. So, but it feels good going into, like, that was a game we should have won. That was a game that, like, you should have locked up. Not only that, that's the first time that we've ever beaten Tom Brady. Tom Brady
7-0. Nice 7-1.
Now so, we beat the guy that he's hopefully riding off into the sunset. We can at least say we got one on him. But at the end of the day, you did what needed to be done. It may have not been the most entertaining game to watch, but you're going into a game that is really tough, so way to get the job done.
Hey, you're right. A dub's a dub.
And a handsome one, too. Like, that's what you want to do before you go into a tough matchup.
I like confidence.
Yep.
I feel like every single
like it.
team here that won has confidence. I feel like the only team that I'm pretty sure they have confidence, but I feel like the only team that wouldn't, quote unquote, the 49ers. I feel like they had an easy matchup.
Yeah.
Dude, the
Everybody
Cowboys
else-
had an easy matchup, too. If you think about it. Bucks
like
suck.
like Cole said, like they beat Tom Brady, so they're like really happy. They're pumped. They pumped the man to the next round.
Yeah, and I
I mean,
think
the
with
Bengals
the Cowboys,
had an easy matchup, too.
Yeah, Bengals had an easy matchup. I think with the Cowboys specifically, we have such a bad history with playoffs.
Yeah.
With
that
first
any
round.
time we make it, it's like we are over the moon, no matter who it was, because we made it to the next round. And like we haven't made it to the NFC Championship game in like 26 years now. So let us win this game. Cowboys are going to act like they just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hey, one game at a time, boys. One game
Yeah.
at a time.
Absolutely. Got to beat the 49ers first.
That's not a easy task there.
49ers at 49ers.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
San Francisco.
I mean, heck, we had home field advantage last year, and it didn't help. So what's it matter? Like, it was a sea of red anyway, so you should be used to it.
Yep. All right, let's move on to. I want to hear everybody's Super Bowl predictions for this upcoming year. Well, not for the upcoming year, for this year, I should say.
You want my realistic or my bias picks?
I want both.
Ooh, there you go.
Bias, obviously, you want the Giants to go for the NFC East. I'm about to say NFC East, but the NFC. And the Chiefs. I really think the Chiefs are going to make it again. So the Chiefs are both of my realistic and my actual prediction. But my realistic will be 49ers and Chiefs.
Nice.
I think 49ers and Chiefs will be Super Bowl.
All right.
49ers and Chiefs. That is an interesting one. So you're taking the rookie quarterback, huh? You think he's going to be the guy?
It's a story to tell.
Colton, what about you?
Luis, you want a story? I'll give you a story. I got a story to tell, okay? I'm going to talk that talk here. Let's take a little trip down memory lane here, okay? We're going to talk about two great franchises that have worked their butts off. The Bills and the Cowboys. Those are the teams that I have making it to the Super Bowl. Because
The
all those years
Cowboys?
ago...
I don't think the Bills are a story anymore.
No. Hear me out.
I don't think they are.
Hear me out. It is a story strictly because the Bills lost to the Cowboys in the last Super Bowl that the Dallas Cowboys played.
1966?
What? No, 1995 or something like that. Not only did that happen, they lost it in Arizona, where the Super Bowl is being held this year.
Oh.
So if
So you think
history
it's
was
fate.
going to repeat itself, it's this year. Let's go. Cowboys, Bills, rematch, Arizona. Let's get it going.
That's not going to happen, though.
That's what you say. You have a rookie quarterback beating not only the Cowboys, but then the Eagles after that. Come on.
What do you mean? They won't play the Eagles.
Oh, they will, all right.
Yeah, they'll play the Eagles. If the Giants lose.
The Giants are not going to
The
lose.
Giants are going to lose. The Giants are good. Y'all are about to get so embarrassed by this team. Listen, I'll tell you.
I hope
think
it's
the Cowboys
the Giants
would too.
versus the 49ers. I don't care if the Giants lose in the NFC Championship as long as we go ahead of the Cowboys.
What if we tie? I mean, a tie goes to the people who had the best record, so we win, even if we both lose this round.
No. What do you mean? Ty goes to the girlfriend.
Okay, realistically though, if I'm saying that, Cowboys, no bias, Cowboys love, I do think it's going to be the Eagles, and I think it's going to be the Bills. I think it's time for both those organizations. They are so freaking good, both of them. And I hate saying that because I hate the Eagles. But that organization is built very well. So if Hurts is not injured and he can make a run here in the end, yeah, I like the Eagles versus the Bills.
I really think the bye is going to mess with the Eagles. I really think so.
Yeah, maybe.
I go ahead before I go, Cole. Go ahead.
No, that's all I had. Just maybe.
No, I have a very specific opinion on this, and I agree with your point to a way, Luis, where I think that the Eagles are going to be a little rusty coming out of the bye, and this is why I always hate about like bye weeks and stuff like that, because that's very true. Where they come out of the bye a little bit like shaky, and like they have to shake off the cobwebs a little bit. So I do agree to with your point to an extent. I don't think the Giants are going to win, though. I think the Eagles are still going to win, but it's going to be really close. It's going to be like a heartbreaking loss. I'm sorry.
Oh, God, man. If we do lose, I'd rather lose by a blowout. Because if we lose by a heartbreaking loss, I probably cry.
I'm calling it now. I don't think they'll score more than 13 points.
Jeez.
If the Giants win the Super Bowl, I am crying.
That's fair. I do the same.
I am crying.
Well,
And I'm going to Academy when I cannot Academy. Going to Fans the next day and buying 2 jerseys.
Oh.
I'm buying Kayvon Thibodeau and Daniel Jones.
Not Saquon Barkley?
Not Saquon.
Drop the mic.
Okay, that's going to sound really bad.
And you owe him a new mic, jerk.
Yeah.
I barely tapped it on the table. We'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens with the bye. We'll see.
All right. Well, my Super Bowl predictions are kind of wild. So I have...
You see the Jags and the 49ers, don't you?
No. I say the 49ers. So you're right on that. So I do believe in Brock Purdy. So the coaching staff over there for the 49ers are doing incredible work. Kyle Shanahan deserves a gold medal and something for having to work with 3 different quarterbacks
For real.
and still making it to the playoffs somehow. That's incredible. That's great. So I have Kyle Shanahan coaching his way to the Super Bowl, and he's going to meet the Cincinnati Bengals. Back-to-back years, Cincinnati Bengals are going back to the Super Bowl. They just get hot at the right times, I think, and they're like so well-rounded. They have every single piece on both sides of the football. So I think they beat the Bills this week, and they'll go against the Chiefs and beat the Chiefs because they beat the Chiefs last time they played.
They did.
That's a tough road. That is such a hard road for them.
It is.
That's not easy.
But this is tough for the Giants as well. But
We're talking about one great organization and one crap one. There's a difference.
Jeez.
hey. Brian DeBall has made that organization amazing. That man is coach of the year.
I'll actually give you that. I think he deserves to be in consideration.
Brian DeBall. You know what I love about him so much?
You didn't even
What's
know
that?
your coach's name.
The ball.
Brian Dable.
It's
The
Dayball.
ball.
It's not the ball. Like, pass me the ball. No.
It's Brian Dable.
His best friends call him the ball.
Oh, okay. So you're close.
Okay.
But one thing I really like about his coaching methods, dude, so that pass where Darius Slayton missed to like pretty much end the game. Well, obviously, tough miss. It was terrible. Instead of the coaches get on his ass, he literally went up to him and was like, "Hey, man, it's all right. We win as a team, we lose as a team. It's not your fault." He's being super motivated.
Was he mic'd
super
up?
nice.
Did you hear this?
Get his earpiece on. He was on the
He's
side.
the best lip reader ever.
No, it wasn't mic'd up, but it was an article where that's what he was talking, or that's what he was discussing with Slayton whenever he missed the pass. Good coach. Love the coach.
No,
He's a great
he's
guy.
yeah, he's in contention to be the coach of the year.
No, he's not contention. He is coach of the year.
Not
Think about Kyle Shanahan over there too.
Shanahan.
So-
That's who I
Yeah,
have.
but think about the teams the previous year. Nobody expected the Giants to go this far.
That's fair. They're
true.
they're I guess meteoric
Especially,
rise. That's part of that.
especially after so many head coaches.
If they can beat the Eagles, then I'll give it. I'll give it to Brian Dable's credit that he will win the coach of the year.
Yeah.
But if they don't beat the Eagles, then no. Then it's going to be.
What
Well,
if
what about the
Eagles
49ers
lose and the
lose to the
49ers
Cowboys?
lose?
Oh,
What
so
if both 49ers and Giants lose? Who's coach of the year now?
I think I give it to DeBall.
Give me the ball.
Nick Sirianni.
What
He's
about
a
Robert
good
Saleh? I don't know. Saleh. I think he could be good.
Yeah, no, he's a good coach too.
He's a really good coach.
I'll give the coach Geller.
Coach Geller. Throwback name.
Wow.
Yeah,
Old
that's
high
fun.
school coach.
Luis, I got a question for you.
Spit.
And this is, you should know where this is going. Because it's something I said I wanted to bring up. We don't get him on the podcast often, so we have to bring up the fact that Luis got last place this year. In
Our fantasy league, yep.
In the fantasy league. Derek and I get to come up with a unique punishment. He also has to take us out to dinner. So it'll be interesting. I want to know, we've come up with a few options. We've gone with the butt tattoo route. We've also talked about do a comedy routine at a comedy club. Any thoughts? Anything that you'd like to happen specifically? Anything that you're rooting for?
I like the comedy club idea. I think it'd be fun to do. I mean, yes, it'd be embarrassing for me. Well, it'd be embarrassing for me still. But still, I think I would be more in tune to do the comedy club route.
Derek,
I'm still on board with the shave the left eyebrow look.
No,
I
I'm not
really
shaving
like
my
that
left
idea.
eyebrow.
Okay, how about this? Ooh, this could be a good one. I don't know, because Luis loves his beard. So what if we made him lose the beard, but also do like a 1 on top of his head with just a little bit of stubble left?
You want me to do like a cholo?
Hair grows back, but you having to go with no beard and also no top hair, not completely bald, but like the lowest fade you can get, that would look pretty rough too. I also think it'd be good for you to have a Cowboys bumper sticker on your car for the next year.
Okay, this is one punishment, not 3. I feel like just my beard shaving is already one punishment and my haircut's another.
No, I'm not saying all of them at the same time. I'm just throwing out a ton of ideas here.
Oh, ideas, okay. See, I would honestly rather shave my head before I shave my beard.
I know. That's why I think the beard has to go with it. It's got to be a whole
No.
round. You have to look like
Do both.
the something,
They're connected.
was it something woolly, woolly, something like that. I don't know. That'd be good. Derek, any ideas you want to throw out there?
I really like the left eyebrow shave. But
I think you stuck with the left eyebrow.
He's really. I was hoping for
I know,
anything
I
else.
really
It
like
just
that
goes
one.
back to the eyebrow.
I
See, the
keep
problem
going
is,
with
like,
that one.
he has a job still. We can't make it so
Yeah,
hard.
I
like,
know.
He has to stay somewhat
Dumb.
presentable. So, any other ideas
Tell me,
besides
you
the
lost a bet.
eyebrow?
Tell me you lost a bet.
Bro, why do you have one eyebrow? It's because you're fired.
You could just say you got shocked really bad.
Yeah. Doing electrical work.
Since Derek's not
unplugged
really
something
providing
wrong.
much on this, I think we're just gonna have to keep brainstorming.
How about because if y'all would have lost, one of my ideas was, which I've been pitching that out for a long time.
Oh, I know it.
It's humiliating. It's funny. Wear a dress
Oh yeah.
in downtown with the sign saying "I lost in fantasy."
I think you should have to
For
do
like
it
an hour and a
if,
half?
if we go that route. You have to do it until you collect a certain amount of money. You have to panhandle your way too.
Oh jeez.
So what would the sign say? No,
I
well,
need at least like $50 to
okay,
get.
that's a lot.
Yeah,
Really?
I don't want it to somebody. If someone just is gracious enough to give you a 20, then you're out of your punishment in 10 minutes. No, it has to be a reasonable amount to where you have to get multiple donations. I think a 50 is
No,
fair.
that's a lot of money.
No, I think a 50 is fair.
You know how long I'll be out there for?
And you have to worry about the homeless. You're encroaching on their
Yeah, fighting for
territory.
you.
Yeah.
I gotta fight for my money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
free territories.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
I think
Territory wars.
I think maybe just an hour. Stand with the sign saying
An
I lost
hour?
in fantasy. Maybe is that a lot? Is that a little bit?
That's a little. That's nothing.
An hour just standing on the sidewalk with the dress on?
3
Luis,
hours.
do you understand? I had in another fantasy league, a buddy of mine had to stay in an IHOP for 24 hours, and you're thinking that an hour is a long time. Do you want to do the 24-hour IHOP challenge instead?
I don't have time for that.
You'd have to make time, buddy.
I literally don't have time for that at all.
You'd have to make time. You have an
I'm
IHOP.
always
It's in Burleson.
busy.
Or you want Waffle House instead? You can get
Oh,
you can have some
Waffle
stories
House.
come back from there.
Oh, that would be good.
I'll give you 12
I would
hours at a
love to
Waffle
see that.
House. But it has to be the night.
I like the dress idea.
I
Oh,
know
yeah, I
you
like
do.
the dress idea. That's
You
fine.
love the dress idea. Well, Derek, if he does the dress idea, I think there has to be some sort of monetary volume involved there.
Like, are we talking
Like
about
what?
like how far we got to go? Do we got to go dress in high heels?
No, I'm saying like I think that there has to be some panhandle option in there. I don't think it's embarrassing because like that's such an outplayed fantasy punishment at this point. Everybody does the I suck at fantasy football, therefore I wore
Yeah,
a dress
but
on the
that's
side of the road.
humiliating, though.
It's so outplayed.
Dude,
Like,
if I saw that every year or every year of fantasy, I would laugh my ass off every time.
I don't know. I
That's
just
so
think
funny.
There's better punishments out there, and we may not ever get a chance to do this to you again. You may have a great team put together after this.
Do like Alan, where I had to make a sexy a poster or like yearly poster where every month
you
he takes
know
a
what?
picture.
Oh, that's a
A
great
calendar
idea.
would be
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah, calendar.
I think that's my vote. I think my vote's for you
Calendar.
making a sexy
And
calendar.
you got to give it to everybody in the league.
Yes, every member. You know what, Derek? I'm willing to make that right now. I think that's
That
what he
is
has
a
to do.
great idea.
All right, that's what my vote's for. I'm saying sexy
I
calendar.
love that one, dude. That's it. Yeah.
Sexy
mine
calendar. Bang the
The
gavel.
sexy
Sexy calendar it is. Luis has to make
gosh.
it and distribute it to the league by draft day is your timeline.
Okay.
You have
That's a long time.
Like, you have a long
Oh, it's
time.
a short time. Wait, when is draft day? April?
Like August.
No.
What do you mean?
The fantasy
draft.
draft.
Oh, fantasy.
So you have like a whole year
Okay.
almost.
Yeah, you
Okay.
have up until like late August,
September.
early September to make a and distribute a calendar for everyone.
So is that it?
That's
is that
it.
the,
I like
the
it.
punishment?
That's the one.
punishment.
Yeah, I love it.
And there has to be at least one shirtless photo in the calendar.
Oh, I mean, I was gonna go all out. I was
Good.
gonna go like, football down my privates.
Oh, dude, yes.
Maybe one like me take a picture from behind, but like I'm in a 3-point stance.
Hold on, I'm going to show you the exact. Oh, Jesus
Yes.
Christ!
That's great. That would be so good.
My balls and everything.
Okay, I don't know about that. I don't want to see all that.
Nah, I'll definitely crop out the.
You
You
better
have
do
to
at
do
least
this
like
one.
3.
I want to, Luis. It's
Three-
because he's your boy that I want you to do this exact recreation for one of them. I'm sending it
3
in
of
the
the
group chat
calendars
now.
have to be 3 of the months have to be kissy faces and duck faces.
Oh,
Okay,
I
pasting
got
it. I'm putting it in the chat now for you guys. For those who are listening, I think one of the pictures has to be from Saquon Barkley's ESPN Body Confidence,
Yeah.
where he poses nude.
Yes.
You
Yes.
have to recreate that photo.
That's gonna take so much energy. Because I
God.
promise you, when I do that pose, my thinking light is gonna be hanging down. So I gotta crop that out.
Just tape it up or
yeah.
something.
Take it on my thigh.
That
a
has
real
to be
picture?
one of the photos.
Is that a real picture of him?
Yeah, that was like every year ESPN does like a nude magazine almost of all of their athletes, and
Oh my
Saquon Barkley was in
God.
it. Zeke has one too. They do this every year where the football players do like a full nude thing. Like he
I
has
didn't know
several.
that.
He has a ton. But that
Jeez.
one you have to include that one.
Yes.
Hey, if y'all can find me a Giants helmet, I'll take one nude with the helmet.
Jesus.
With the helmet on.
Just
Oh,
the
this is
helmet.
so great. This is amazing. Luis, I'm glad that you joined and suggested that. That is probably the greatest thing ever. But you got to make it a 2024 calendar so that we have the
yeah.
ability to use it.
Yeah. All right.
Damn it.
Well, that's it for today's podcast. I think we're gonna end it there.
Seems like a great
Thank you,
spot.
everybody, for
That's
listening.
a good spot.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for listening to us today. You can find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and now Amazon Podcasts. Thank you again for Luis for rejoining us. It was so much fun to have you back on the podcast. You need to come more
My
often.
pleasure. My
Oh,
pleasure.
yeah. We need you back.
Yeah, we'll probably have you every Sundays whenever we move to Sundays, so that way we can start recording
Heck
more
yeah.
with you.
I like it.
So you can follow us on Twitter at halftime_80J. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and we will see you guys next week. Later.